guys, so the company by the name of Spelab hit me up. They wanted to collaborate with me and give them a product review on their differential cover here. So I started looking into them as a company, trying to figure out who they were and what they did. They sell a bunch of auto parts and a bunch of generic stuff, but also a bunch of like diesel specific stuff. They're actually one of the only companies nowadays that sell like weight loss kits for modern diesels, which is the main reason why I wanted to collaborate with them, is because down the road I'm still thinking about buying a 6.4 Power Stroke. If I were to get a 6.4, those vehicles have to have their weight loss done to them because they're just too heavy of a truck, to word it lightly. So I said, yeah, send over the diff cover, I'll review it, I'll throw it on the Bronco, I'll throw it into some rocks and see what happens. So they had two options. They had a cast aluminum and a billet aluminum. I went with the billet aluminum because I've never heard of a billet aluminum diff cover. There's only like two that I could find for a Sterling axle. And I think I know why now, because they're require a lot of material. This thing is thick. It's kind of insane how thick this thing is. I don't think the camera's really gonna do it justice. It is a thick boy. Because it being billet and needs a little more thickness for the strength, if this thing does bash a rock, it probably won't crack with how thick it is, to be honest with you. But we're sure gonna find out. This is a complete product review. If this thing does crack and break, I will let you guys know, and I won't sugarcoat it or anything. And I will say on the inside, the machining work is very fast. It is, they definitely ran their mill hot and fast. So, and you can definitely see that. They did spend some time to surface the gasket area better than they cut out the inside. So I do like the features that it has. The features are all the same, where it has a fill plug, a drain plug, and a sight glass, which is cool in theory. It should work in theory, right? But yeah, we're still gonna throw it on, and we're gonna take it to 5 Mile next weekend and see if she holds up to some abuse. The kit does come with some socket head cap screws, which I think are a really nice piece, and a new gasket, of course. So it did come with everything we need besides diff fluid to put it in. They were also nice enough to hook it up with a 15% off discount code for you guys. You can use code Smith15 at checkout to get 15% off anything in the store, including those weight loss kits, which helps a lot because those aren't cheap. So go check them out. With that being said, let's get underneath this truck and swap a diff cover. Looks like we're due for a diff gasket anyways, so good timing. Oh, wow. What a surprise, guys. All my bolts are loose. Who would have thought? Oh, yeah. Well, she's due for fluid. I was gonna reuse this, but apparently I've never done my diff fluid. No, I had to have. Oh, she's nasty. Damn it, I did not want to buy gear oil. Oh yeah, she's nasty. Definitely not reusing that. A little concerning how nasty she is, to be honest with you. There's water in here for sure. That's some nasty gear oil though, and this stuff's only like 4 years old. Like, we probably got less than 10,000 miles on this gear oil, so it's a little concerning, really milkshaky. All right, we got everything cleaned up and wiped down. I also cleaned the surface pretty good. Gonna RTV up that gasket, and then we'll get the new diff cover installed. Alrighty guys, we got the new diff cover on. This thing is a unit. I torqued all the bolts to spec this time, so hopefully I don't have a nice ring around the gasket. And the little layer of RTV should have helped too. So now we get to fill this thing. I'm actually really excited to fill this thing with a top fill. I do like this fill feature though. It's kind of nice, the fill and the drain. Now we just gotta hope that this is accurate. I know there are also magnetic drain plugs too on the top and bottom. The top's not gonna see much because it's channeled, but oh yeah, that is so nice. I have never drained a quart that fast in anything. That was awesome. I always like to only cut one cap of the gear oil, just because if you end up cutting all of them and you only use half a quart on the last bottle and you just have gear oil that's open and exposed, it sucks, it stinks. That's so crazy. I've never been able to fill up gear oil this fast. This is awesome. All right, 2 quarts down. Time for quart number 3. That should be at 3.5 quarts, so. Oh. Huh. Well, the side glass filled up already, but it's supposed to be 3.5 quarts. So I need to crack the fill plug on the front side and see where we're at then. That's a little bit of a bummer. I had a feeling it wasn't gonna be accurate. It's cool to see though. You can see like the color and the consistency, so long as that mixes, right? Because the sight glass has like an inch or two of billet around it. So I don't know how well it's gonna mix. So this might be kind of a gimmick. I should have put the Bronco on the lift, but the battery died from leaving the door open, doing all the interior shit for so long. So now we're here doing shit on the floor like cavemen. Time for the bag. The bag is more difficult on this. Now usually the bags are what you want, but in this application, it's kind of working against us. Damn, that's 3.5 quarts. Why are you not coming out of the fill plug? Probably because the capacity of this Diff has more. All right, we're at the bottom of this, so I'm gonna put this in the bag, or in the bottle, just so it's easier to get out. I guess I could have just done this, but I promise this way's faster. This way will be easier to control too. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, it didn't spill out, but it's right there. Like I could stick my finger in and I feel it. So I'm calling that good enough. So, sweet. I don't have any extra gear oil though, so hopefully it doesn't leak. That is job done. Hell yeah. Alrighty guys, that was a really successful diff cover swap. Kind of bummed I had to swap fluids. I was really hoping to reuse fluids, but I'm glad I did because we found out something that was pretty bad. There was a lot of water in that, as you guys saw. I think the gasket all around was leaking, and like snow wheeling and all the other stuff I've been doing. Got a lot of water in it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know where the water came from. But now we know. Now we got the sight glass to see if the color of the fluid changes, hopefully. We'll see if that sight glass actually functions. Don't forget to check out the stuff the Spelab has. I'll link their description below. Use code SMITH15 for 15% off anything in the store. It'll help support the channel. And stay tuned for next week because we're gonna take this thing out to 5 Mile. We're gonna bash that diff cover on some rocks. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you then. Peace.